Today we're gonna make this super clean text animation which you can use in mograph edits or title cards or literally anywhere. This text animation is a part of AEG's vintage title packs, but they were kind enough to let me show you how to make this. If you wanna check more of their products, then the link of that will be in my description. First off, let me show you my composition settings. So I have 1920 by 1080 on 30 fps. You can obviously change these however you want to, but I'm gonna keep it like this because it's the standard one that we use. And the first thing we're gonna do is to make a text, right? So press Ctrl T to open the text cursor, or just click here to open the text cursor and then left click on the screen and write your text. Get it? Write your text. And then I'm gonna use this to increase the size. Basically just make it look better. Okay, just make it look good. Now it's time to align your text. To align your text properly, you want this anchor point to be in the middle. You can do that by clicking on the layer and press A and then use this slider to put it here. You can do that, but for me that's very slow and inconsistent. So I have this script from AEG's Pack Manager. I just click here and then click in the middle. Now the anchor point will go in the middle. You can download this as well. It's free. The link will be in the description. Go ahead and it's very helpful. But that aside, now our anchor point is in the middle. Now I want this text to be in the middle of this composition, right? So for that, I'm gonna go here on the align. If you don't see this align option, then go to Windows and it will be here. So if I uncheck this, no align here. If I go to Window and then check this, align here. So if you don't see any of these, just go here and check them out. They will be there. And now I'm gonna click here to align this horizontally, then click here to align this vertically, and now our text is in the middle. And now this is our base text. It's time to add some animation in this to light it up. For that, click here on this arrow to open the layer properties, then click here on this text arrow to open the text properties. And now click on this animate option and we are going to add four things: opacity, rotation, scale and position. Okay, so opacity, then click here again, rotation, click here again, scale, click here again, position. These are the properties our animation will have. What we're gonna do is we're gonna change some things here, very minor things, but we will change it here. Okay, for this part I'm gonna zoom out because I want you to see what happens on here when I change these. So firstly we have this position. Okay, so for this I'm gonna go to Y position and change it very slightly. I'm gonna make it 10, not even 20, not even 11, just 10, because I don't want it too much. And then we have scale. For that I'm just gonna decrease it. I'm gonna make it like 50, and that's all. Rotation, just make it slightly rotated, maybe like 15 or something. And then we have opacity, make that shit 0, put it all the way down, keep it 0. Okay, now you'll see that nothing's happening. The text is gone because we are yet to add our expression. Go to the description, you will find this expression. Okay, it might be on different form, but you get the idea. You'll get the expression. Hold on. Now to use this expression, what we are gonna do is click on this add option, go to selector and then add expression. Okay, and now open the expression from here, this arrow, open it and then open it again, open this amount arrow, right? And here you can add your expression. So go to your document, select your expression till here. Okay, this is not the part of expression. I don't know if you will see this or not, but yeah, this is not the part. Select from this to here, Control C to copy, and then click here, press Control V to paste and click out of it. Now when I play this, you see it looks like this. And it's pretty smooth. I'm gonna lie, that's pretty smooth. One more thing you can do is click here and change it from characters to characters excluding spaces, and it will be more efficient. Now this text animation is fine, it's not bad, it's pretty good honestly. But yeah, no, that's not how we do things here. We go a step ahead. You see this, the text here, they are not moving, they are very static. That don't look good, it's like they are dead. You don't want that. So let me just show you a neat trick. What you want to do is you want to click here on the animate. Let me zoom in. Click on the animate and add a new position. Okay, you add a new position, and now we're gonna change the positions a bit, very slightly. Okay, so I'm gonna make the first one 3 and the second one 1. That's all. And now you'll see that nothing happened again. It's the same. And now here comes the sauce. This is just a preparation. Okay, to make this come to life, I'm gonna click on this option again and go to selector and click on wiggly. And now when I play this, you can see that our text is moving. It's wiggling. Okay, so if you want to make it harder, increase this, and our text will be, it's moving, it's getting too crazy. You don't want that. It's very distracting. You don't want that. So keep it 3 and keep it 1, just like this, and that will work perfectly. And this works similarly with the animator 1 thing. Alright, so now we are done with our animation. We are done with our text. Now what we're gonna do is pre-compose this text. Okay, so Control Shift C to pre-compose, click here and then check this option and okay. And now we have the same thing but in a pre-composition. And then also in this case, I'm gonna enable this option. It's called rasterize layers. Now I'm gonna duplicate these layers. So Control D and also rename these. So I'm gonna rename the first one as overlay and I'm gonna rename the second one as base. And now I wanna add the gradient in both of these layers. So I'm gonna add a gradient ramp and then I'm gonna make it from linear to radial ramp and then just change the colors. For the colors, I have this hex code here, so I'm just gonna use this real quick. Okay, so this is our text. I'm gonna copy this gradient ramp and paste it on the other layer as well. So both of our layers, they have the gradient ramp. Okay, they have the same color. And now we're gonna add effects on the overlay layer. Okay, so click on overlay layer, go to layers, go to layer styles, and then add inner shadow. And then you will see these options appear. Just click on this inner shadow option and you will see all of these other appear as well. And then change this blend mode to color burn. And now you'll see that it became blue because that's what we wanted. I know right now it don't look that great, but it will look good because we're gonna click on our overlay now, right click and then go to blending mode and we're gonna keep this multiply. And now it definitely looks a whole lot better. Next thing I'm gonna do is add gradient overlay. Okay, so click on the layer again, layer styles, and then add gradient overlay. It looks terrible again, but we're gonna change it, we're gonna fix it. So first thing first, make the blend mode into soft light. So where is, there it is, soft light. Now you can see that our layer looks a whole lot better. It was like this and now it's like this. So it has more character to it. Now it's time to add some more effect on our overlay. So I'm gonna add Minimax and I'm gonna change the channel from color to alpha and color, and I'm gonna change the operation from maximum to minimum. And when I increase this now, you can see that now our text has these border type stuff. Basically, if you don't know how Minimax works, is basically just when you increase it, it just cuts your clip inside. Okay, so if I remove the base, you can see that when I decrease it, it's like this, and when I increase it, it cuts or clips inside. If I make it maximum, it will do the opposite. It will expand or clips from outside. Okay, so it's expanding on maximum and it's refracting. I hope that's the word. I'm gonna make it this should be fine. Let me just make it 10. Now we are done with our text. Okay, and we don't need to change our text anymore. But this looks boring because it doesn't have that 3D feel. Where's the 3D feel? Right, for that I'm gonna add an adjustment layer. So adjustment layer, and then now we're gonna add a whole lot of effects in this. So first of all, we're gonna add a gradient ramp, then we're gonna add transform, then we're gonna duplicate this transform 3 times, 1 and 2. I mean 2 times, so in total we have 3 transform. And then we're gonna add Minimax again. Let me just put it like this so we have a clear vision on what we are doing. And lastly, we're gonna add CC composite. CC composite, and here we are. Okay, for now I'm gonna disable the CC composite, but this is what we have right now. Alright, after that, after adding effects, just take this Minimax and put it below our first transform layer, and then we are gonna rename our transforms so we don't get confused. Okay, so let me just make it rotation. For that, for roto for short, then this will be length, and then the third will be counter rotation. You'll understand why. Hold on. First thing I'm gonna do is change the color of these, because this looks terrible. I'm gonna open this, make it radial, and then just hold on. Let me just make it like this, and let me just first of all adjust this. Okay, so I'm gonna adjust it like this, even. Yeah, I think that should be fine. And now I'm gonna change the color. So copy this and paste it here. Then copy this one. Now our text looks something like this. And now let me just hide this layer. Now open your rotation thing and go to your rotation and rotate it a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it 30. 30 it is. And then go to Minimax and change the channel from color to alpha and color, and change the direction to horizontal and vertical to just vertical. Okay, and increase the radius. So now our clip is something like this. Maybe just make radius something like 80. 80 would be fine. Maybe 70. 70 is fine. Okay, you can change it later always. After that, we're gonna write an expression. I know expression sounds very hard and all, but it's really simple. Just follow me. Okay, so firstly, we're gonna open this adjustment layer and then open the effects and then open the length parameter. Okay, so we're gonna open the length thing, and now we're gonna go to position and hold Alt and click on this stopwatch, and now we can add expression here. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is make a bracket, the square bracket like this. Now take this whip tool, the one in expression, take this whip tool and link it to the position. Now make a comma and then take the whip tool and link it to the radius of Minimax. Okay, the radius of Minimax. Then add a plus and then take this whip again and link it to the y axis and then close it off with the other square bracket. And now our expression is ready. That's all. It's that simple. At this point, I would like to enable CC composite, and when I do it, you can see that it's looking very weird. So to fix that, just click on this, unclick or uncheck this RGB only option. Now it looks much better. If you don't know what CC composite does, it basically takes the layers beneath and puts it above everything else. Because we have this in front, that's why it puts it above everything else. So in other words, it just copies these, duplicate this and puts it like this, and it will be the same thing. But if you do it like this, it will be very cluttered. You don't want that. So instead, just use CC composite. It will automatically take both of these layers and put it above all of these effects. That's all. Now you see, the thing that we were making all along, it was the background, the 3D extrusion for these layers, but it's rotated. We want to put it back to where it was. Okay, for that I'm gonna go to counter rotation and I'm gonna change it back to where it was. So in this one we made it 30, so to put it back we need to make it negative 30. So here it is. But you know what the problem with this is? Let's say you want to change it, you want to change direction. You make it, let's say uh, 80, you make it 90. To fix this messed up thing again, you need to go back to the counter rotation and make it negative 90. And then, that's a lot of work. You don't want to do that. So to fix that, we're gonna make another expression, another really simple expression. Okay, what we're gonna do is open the adjustment layer again and go to effects and then counter rotation this time, and I'm gonna go to the rotation and hold Alt and click on this stopwatch. Now we can add expression to this rotation, and what we're gonna do is take this whip of counter rotation and link this to the rotation of rotation, the first rotation. Link it to this. And now I'm gonna go here and add a negative. And what this will do is if I rotate it from here, it will automatically fix it. I won't need to go there and change it again and again. It's very handy. You can use it multiple times. So for now, I'm gonna change my value like this. And let's say I feel like this length is too much. To fix that, just go to radius and move it like this. Now they are not too much. And as of now, if I change it like this, it looks pretty good. Okay, it's not that bad. You can use it like this, but yeah, no, that's not how we do things here. So we're gonna make it even better. For that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add an effect called cartoon. So I'm gonna add an effect called cartoon, and this will kind of cartoonize our layer. I don't know what to call that. It will make it very cartoonish. The main setting that I like to do here is this edge black level. So when I change it, if I increase it, it darkens the background and it looks pretty good. So I like to keep it at 3. What I like about this cartoon effect is, it kind of gives this edge a kind of stroke, which looks really good. And then it also makes the background a bit darker. But what I hate about this effect is, it ruins the quality of our main text. So to fix that, I'm just gonna duplicate this CC composite and put it below cartoon layer. Now what it's doing is taking these two effects and putting it above all of the other effects, but it's still missing something. And then I'm gonna add glow effect here. So add glow. You can also add deep glow, but I'm just gonna add the regular glow and then make both color A and B white and change the glow density to like -2 or 3. And then again, it ruins the upper layer. So I'm going to duplicate composite 2 and put it below glow. And now it looks like this. It looks so much better with this glow behind it. Let me, if I keep it like this, look, it looks so much better. And now this is how it looks so far. I'm going to adjust this gradient a bit more. So and you can add a lot of other stuff here, fractal noise, deep glow, and you can do a lot here on the background. Okay, so do whatever you want to do. Okay, and now I'm gonna add a light sweep. So it looks very crystallized and very shiny, I guess. So for that, click on this option, the rectangle tool, and then just make a rectangle or maybe a thick line, you can call that. Just change the fill to white and then go to this option, open the shape layer, go to content, go to rectangle 1, and then you will see transform, rectangle 1 transform. Remember to use rectangle 1 transform and not the normal transform. Okay, and then you're going to rotate this. So maybe rotate like this. And now if you look closely, you can see that this part, it's falling short just by a bit. So I'm gonna increase it. So go to the rectangle path 1, the size of this layer, remember the size of rectangle path 1, and then unlink this and increase this. So now it's increasing. So now it's scaling, it's zooming in. And then we're gonna make a sweep animation. Okay, so click on this position, move it on this part like this, move it some here, go ahead a bit, and then move it like this. So it goes like this, and then select both of these, press F9 to ease, and that's all. Now you can keep it like this simple, or you can make it look better. So for that, I'm gonna click on this add option and then add zigzag. And now when I open the zigzag, I can change it. I can make the size like this, and I can make the segment less or more. So this will kind of give you a control over how much it's zigzagging, I guess. So yeah, that's what you want to do. I'm gonna keep the zigzag at 4, and I'm just gonna change the size like this, and I guess that's fine, that's good. Now I'm gonna add another thing. I'm gonna add round corners. And with that, when I open it, I'm going to enable it. You can see that it's rounding these. So, it's not that rough because reflection is not always that rough, So now it looks like this, and I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. And now when I play this is how it looks. I'm gonna just rotate it a bit more. So go to the transform of rectangle one, and then I'm gonna rotate it something like this, and that should be fine. And as you already saw, it's also very slow. You don't want it very slow. So I'm gonna just drag these keyframes a bit together, and I'm also gonna move this ahead like this. So this keyframe is outside the frame, and now it's like this. And as of now, you can see it don't look that great. To fix that, I'm gonna add an effect called set matte, and then I'm gonna go to take matte from layer and select my overlay or base, any of these layers. What this will do is it will limit our line, our sweep to just the text. So it's not going out of the text, it's staying inside the text. And then I'm gonna right click on the shape layer. I'm gonna go to blending mode and I'm gonna make it overlay. Where's overlay? Here's overlay. Now when I play this, it looks like this. It's a little too slow, so I'm gonna press U to open the position. I'm gonna move it like this so it's a bit faster. After some adjustment, this is how it looks. It's fine. Now, this thing is very small, so to make it look better, I'm gonna duplicate this. First of all, just hide this set matte. Now duplicate this and then open the shape layer 2 effects, go to rectangle 1, rectangle path 1, and then increase the size of this. So, it gets a bit thicker. And then go to position, like double click on position and go to the last keyframe and then move it a bit behind, just do it something like this. So there's a little bit of offset in here. You can also make it a bit back here, and yeah, I think this looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna enable set matte in both of these again, and now when I play this, it looks a lot better, I would say. I just want to make it a bit more faster, so I'm just gonna select these. Hold on, I'm gonna select this and put it closer and back here. There's one thing that's annoying me is that when I play this background, it's very static. It comes from out of nowhere, so I don't like that. For that, what I'm gonna do is go to adjustment layer and then go to Minimax, open Minimax, make a keyframe on radius. First of all, let me just go a few frames ahead. Yeah, now make a keyframe on radius, go to the starting frame and make it 0. Now when I play this, and now it looks like it's appearing slowly, from the text, behind the text. It makes it look even better. You can obviously adjust this however you want to. Alright, and this is what we got. Now there's one last thing that I'm gonna do. I know it's taking a lot of time, but good things take time. Press Ctrl A to select all of these and Ctrl Shift C to pre-compose and then press OK. Now I'm gonna add a little zoom in effect. So press S to scale, make a keyframe like this, make this 90, and then select both of these keyframes, press F9 and make the graph like this. What this does is it kind of gives the text very pop in type of look. So, that's how it looks after that. And I guess that looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, that's fire. Well, that is it for this tutorial. I hope that this helped you out. If you wanna know more about mograph and all, then make sure to check this video out and thank you for your time.